Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
It was obvious upon seeing that video that there was only one goal, and the computer demonstrated that there was no attempt to slow down or stop, that it was full speed into a building, and tragically it cost 2 people their lives.
According to a post on the Strongsville, Ohio Police Department's Facebook page, officers were sent to the intersection of Progress and Alameda Drive on July 31st, 2022 for a report of a crash at 6:15 a.m. A passerby spotted the crash nearly 45 minutes later and called police. When police arrived to the scene, they discovered a black Toyota Camry with severe damage and full airbag deployment with 3 people trapped inside. Crews from the Strongsville Fire and Emergency Medical Services arrived on the scene and were able to remove the 3 passengers from the car. Police say 19-year-old Davion Flanagan and 20-year-old Dominic Russo were pronounced dead at the scene. The 17-year-old girl, Mackenzie Shirilla, was taken by life flight to Metro Health where she was expected to recover. More than 3 months after the car crash that led to the deaths of 2 men, the lone survivor from the incident has been charged with aggravated murder. Shirilla, who was 17 at the time of the incident, is also charged with breaking and entering, drug trafficking, and related offenses in reference to incidents leading up to and as a result of the motor vehicle crash. The prosecution argues that she was going 100 miles per hour at the time when she went off the road and crashed into a building. The first witness to the stand at the trial was Dr. Esther Seng, a Metro Health System trauma surgeon who worked on Shirilla's medical report. She told the court Shirilla told their team she did not remember what led to the crash. Another witness sent to the stand was Mark Sargent, a certified forensic mechanic expert for fire and explosions consultants, who testified on his investigation of the heavily damaged Toyota Camry and its event data recorder or black box. He said in the moments before the crash, the accelerator pedal was being pushed down at 100% capacity, with no application onto the brake. He suggested Shirilla could have been trying to avoid something on the road. A passenger could have pulled her steering wheel, or she could have been trying to regain control of the wheel. He also noted that how dark it was at the time of the wreck could have possibly had an effect on Shirilla's perception and reaction time. Another witness, noted to be a crash team analyst, Sergeant Adam McQuaid, said about 1 second before the crash, the steering wheel made a hard right turn of 142.5 degrees. When questioned, he made sure to get clarification that he did not know who turned the wheel. What makes the story even more tragic is that Mackenzie and Dominic were in a relationship at the time of the crash. Shirilla's conviction carries a mandatory life sentence with possibility of parole after serving 15 years. Shirilla will be sentenced at a later date. Shirilla had THC in her blood above the legal limit under Ohio law, but Strongsville police and Cuyahoga County prosecutors did not charge her with driving under the influence. They, instead, chose to pursue murder charges. Prosecutors say she was on a mission of death that she saw as her way out of a toxic relationship and referred to his friend as cargo for her plan. Evidence from her cell phone showed Shirilla drove near the business park a few days before the crash. Prosecutors seized statements Shirilla made weeks before the crash, including a video showing her and Russo arguing, in which Shirilla threatens to key his car.
Let me key my car. Tell me to break
I
the
will
door.
key your car and you do not let me in the house.
You're gonna key my car
If you don't let me in the house, yes.
She threatened his property. She threatened to break into his house.
Correct.
Did Dominic threaten the defendant?
No.
How would you describe Dominic's tone on these videos?
Very calm,
How would you describe the defendant's tone on these videos?
irate, and angry.
This story is super sad. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below.